ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिनि। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषास्म्यहं पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। My humble obeisances to all the devotees at ISKCON Sarjapur. I'm very grateful and happy and humbled to be amongst all of you today. Krishna is very merciful. Out of his causeless mercy, he can give various opportunities to even most insignificant conditioned souls also to perform some service. Our fortune is to get that opportunity, and sometimes when we are not fortunate, we may not utilize that opportunity. But those who are uh, fortunate will receive that opportunity and do their part by Krishna's grace. Whatever we do also, it's not our accomplishment, it's only by Krishna's grace we are doing. He gives the opportunity to render service, and He will only give the ability to render service. All we need to do is utilize our free will, properly use our minute independence to receive the grace when it comes. I'm thankful to all of you for making this new center very beautiful, bright, and brilliant. So many devotees, because it's a very big city. Everyone coming to one place may not be practical because half the time we'll go in traffic only. For 1 hour class, you have to be in traffic for 2 hours. But if there are multiple smaller gatherings at different places in such a huge city, that will be good for devotees to do Sravanam and Kirtanam in their close neighborhood. I'm seeing, uh, I was at Whitefield, they were giving me a report that there were 100 Bhakti Vrikshas. Just few days back I was there. And now I'm seeing more such connected centers, smaller centers, bigger centers, with so many devotees overflowing. This brings great happiness to my heart that more and more devotees are connected to Krishna consciousness with the sincere efforts of devotees. Today, I was asked to speak on Bhishma Stuti, one of the most enchanting episodes of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The greatest way of living life is to act as an instrument in Krishna's plans, Krishna's desires. And fortunate are those people who willingly desire to act as instruments in Krishna's plans. But there are some people who may misuse their independence and they want to act otherwise. Yaha shastra vidhimutsrujya vartate kamakaratah. न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति न सुखम न परांगतिम. Those who disregard the instructions of Krishna as mentioned in the scriptures and behave whimsically, such people have no sukha or no parangati. Either in this life or in the next life, they can't be happy. This is not like a threatening statement. If you don't follow me, you'll only have miseries in your life. That's not the point here. So Krishna is not like a threatening God who enforces or he puts his weight on us and creates some fear within us to surrender to him. He doesn't interfere with our minute independence. Whenever Krishna insists on the principle of surrender, whenever Krishna recommends that we act as instruments of his will, he is saying that like a loving father. Just like a father says, my dear child, please hold my hand only. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave me. We have come to a new place. We have come for a yatra. Uh, you should always be with me. Whatever you want, you ask me only. Don't go here and there. Don't ask anyone else. Just ask me. I will take care of you. When a father says this to a little child, is the father arrogant? Is the father self-centric? No, it's love. It's an expression of love and affection. And that's what Krishna is also saying. When he said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja, it's not that he's bossing over us. Mamekam sharanam vraja. Ananyas chintayantamam ye janaha paripasati. Don't think of anything else. Just mat chitta, mat gata prana, bodhayantaha parasparam. Me. Mayi avesha mano yema. And Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasyadhyatma chetasa. How many times he says, I. Mayyeva mana adhatsva mayi buddhim niveshaya. When Krishna is speaking all the shlokas, it's not that he's being self-centric. At the end, he also said, Yathechasi tatha kuru also. Do whatever you want. Right? But if you take my shelter, I will take care of you. If you take someone else's shelter, you will go to them. Not sure how much they will take care of you. And even if they take care of you, that care is coming from me only. Avidhi purvakam. So we need to understand that Krishna is our supreme protector, supreme master, supreme well-wisher. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva lokamaheshwaram suhridam sarva bhutanam gnatva mam shanti vrichyati. He is the Bhokta. He is the supreme enjoyer. He is Maheshwara. He is the proprietor of all the planets. And he is Suhrid. Supreme Suhrid. He is the greatest well-wisher. Today we are going to discuss Bhishma Suti. Even Bhishma began his word, his teachings to Yudhishthira Maharaj like this. Yatra dharma suto raja gada panir vrikodaraha Krishno strikandivam chapam suhrut Krishnastato vipat. Suhrut Krishna, he describes Krishna as Suhrut, one of the dearest, not one of the most, the dearmost well-wisher of every single living entity is Krishna. Suhrut Krishna. We need to recognize Krishna as the supreme enjoyer, proprietor, master, controller, doer, and well-wisher. And in understanding this divine position and nature of Krishna, we become peaceful. We become pacified. We become satisfied. Natva mam shanti mrichati. So when we have that understanding, then automatically uh, we surrender. All the wonderful qualities of Krishna described in the scriptures are meant to invoke a feeling of surrender within our hearts. When we know how great Krishna is, how sweet Krishna is, how much he is affectionate towards us, naturally we try to connect with him, we seek his shelter. So ultimately, all these descriptions of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam are meant to invoke a feeling of surrender within us. They are meant to inspire us to take Krishna's shelter and become more and more conscious of Krishna, Krishna consciousness. So Bhishma is one such great personality who completely surrendered to Krishna. One may think, Bhishma completely surrendered to Krishna. He is fighting against Krishna. He is throwing arrows at Krishna. He is standing on the side of Adharma. He is supporting Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna, Shakuni, Dhritarashtra in the war. He was not on the side of Pandavas. And in fact, he was piercing Krishna's body. And when there are wounds on Krishna's body, and when Krishna's transcendental body is quote unquote bleeding, seeing that, Bhishma is going to meet ecstasy. Bhishma is experiencing some joy, and you're calling him pure devotee, completely surrendered to Krishna. In fact, the level of surrender that Bhishma exhibited is much more than many other devotees who must have acted according to Krishna's will. Not to minimize the position of any other devotee, all devotees are glorious. But we just wanted to mention that the way Bhishma served Krishna, the way Bhishma surrendered to Krishna's will, the way Bhishma acted as an instrument in Krishna's desires is more difficult than any other typical devotee. For example, take Arjuna. तस्मात्त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रून् भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मयैवैते निहताः पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्. Krishna told Arjuna, Tasmattvamuttishta, get up, Arjuna, Yasholabhasva, attain fame, Jitva Shatrun, conquer your enemies, Bhunkshvarajyam Samruddham, enjoy a prosperous kingdom. Krishna, you said three things. What are the three things? Yasholabhasva, attain fame, Jitva Shatrun, conquer enemies, Bhunkshvarajyam Samruddham, enjoy a prosperous kingdom. Three things, right? Out of these three things, first and last are easy. Attain fame. Yes, of course, I want reputation. Second, Bhungshwarajyam. Oh, yes, I want to enjoy kingdom. So these two are easy. But between these two, there is one tough thing. Jitva Shatrun. Conquer your enemies. You will attain fame and attain kingdom only when you conquer enemies. Oh, that is tough, Krishna. But Krishna says, you don't have to conquer. I have already conquered. By me, they have already been killed. Earlier only I have killed them. Oh, you killed them? And you're telling me to conquer? Interesting. What is my role here, my dear Krishna? If you've already killed them, what is the meaning of me conquering them? Then Krishna said, Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. You just be nimitta matra. You just be an instrument in my will. I have decided their death, you implement their death. Right? You manifest their death. They will die definitely. All you need to do is throw an arrow. That's all. They will definitely die. I have decided their death and I have empowered your arrow and you to cause the death. Everything is arranged, pre-arranged. You just have to do it. Like you see, some people are called to inaugurate some big building or a big shopping mall or some other building. Oh, I have to inaugurate means I have to create the building, I have to construct the building, I have to collect the funds, I have to deal with the architects and civil engineers and masons and labor. No, no, no. We have made the building. What am I supposed to do? Cut the ribbon. That's all. We give you the credit of inaugurating. Sometimes the person who is inaugurating, his name is also mentioned on the board nameplate. He's the one who inaugurated. Right? It's an honor given to them because they're very accomplished in many other fields. Although many other people work so hard to construct a building, the credit of inaugurating the building comes to that person. Now, the person must have created the building. His name may not be there on the plate, uh, but the person who cut the ribbon, his name is mentioned there. Right? VIP, great personality. He's coming here itself is a big thing. That's the what to say importance given to them, right? So Krishna is also saying, I have done everything. You are a VIP, Krishna, Arjuna. You just cut the ribbon, that's all. You just act as an instrument in my will. Nimitta matram bhava savya sachin. Just be a nimitta matra. Okay, main point here. Arjuna acted as an instrument in Krishna's will, knowing that he will be victorious in the battle of Kurukshetra. Clear? My example may not be very exciting. Just keep that aside, but see the main point here. Arjuna acted as an instrument in Krishna's will, knowing that he will be victorious. But Bhishma also acted as an instrument in Krishna's will, knowing that he will be defeated and killed, even by a junior warrior. Arjuna is like very small compared to Bhishma. Bhishma is a great celebrated warrior. In front of Bhishma, Arjuna is very small. But Bhishma agreed to be defeated by and killed by Arjuna. And that is his acting according to Krishna's will. Krishna wanted to give a message to the whole world. You may be powerful and influential, you may be the most celebrated warrior on the planet. Still, if you take the side of adharma, you have to be defeated. Krishna wanted to give this message to the whole world, and Bhishma said, okay, my dear Lord, you want to give this message? Through me? Yeah, of course. Through me. You're the most celebrated warrior, right? You take the side of adharma, you be defeated, you be killed, then people will learn a lesson. Even Bhishma had to fall down. You understand? Oh, why only me? There are many other people, right? You take them as instruments, right? You use them, but nobody's as talented as you. Oh, is this the price of being talented? Right? Huh? To take the side of adharma and be misunderstood by hundreds and thousands of generations to come. Even till date, people misunderstand Bhishma for not speaking when Draupadi was being disrobed, for taking the side of Duryodhan. So Bhishma agreed to act as an instrument in Krishna's will. Uh, and be misunderstood by so many people across the globe for several generations to come. This is more difficult. Acting as an instrument in Krishna's will in this way is more difficult. Arjuna also acted as an instrument in Krishna's will. Bhishma also acted as an instrument in Krishna's will. But Arjuna's condition is relatively easier. He just has to control his emotions and fight with his relatives, and he will conquer the kingdom. But Bhishma, very difficult. He will be defeated. He will be misunderstood. He will be blamed for taking the side of adharma. But still, he's ecstatic. Krishna wants me to do it, let me do it. This is bhakti. Right? Not to minimize the position of Arjuna, he is glorious. But let's try to empathize with Bhishma and not fail to recognize his glory. He acted as an instrument in Krishna's will, knowing that he will be defeated, he will be misunderstood, he will be killed. But Krishna is so merciful upon his devotees that one who has done such a level of sacrifice is never neglected by Krishna. Krishna thought Bhishma will be misunderstood by so many people. Now I must highlight Bhishma's qualities. I must highlight Bhishma's detachment and devotion and knowledge in front of all universal celebrities. So when Yudhishthir Maharaj was feeling guilty that he uh, he became the cause of the death of thousands of soldiers in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna tried to pacify him. Vyasdev tried to pacify him. Dhaumya tried to pacify him. But Yudhishthira Maharaj was not pacified by anyone. So ultimately, Krishna brought the Pandavas to Bhishma, and Bhishma pacified. Bhishma gave good advice to Yudhishthira Maharaj and Pandavas, and they got complete clarity of thought. So while lying on the deathbed, with every inch of his body pierced by Arjuna's arrows, Bhishma Dev spoke profound knowledge. Profound knowledge. In fact, Yudhishthira Maharaj ruled the kingdom of Hastinapur with the knowledge given by Bhishma. Nishamya Bhishmoktam Athachyutoktam. You can read first canto 12th chapter. How did Yudhishthira Maharaj conduct his kingdom? Nishamya Bhishmoktam. Based on the teachings given by Bhishma. And of course, Achyutoktam. Based on the teachings given by Lord Achyuta also. So one who is misunderstood by everyone, one who took the side of adharma, is giving guidance to Dharmaraj in how to implement dharma in his kingdom for all time to come. Can you just imagine? So Bhishma is not an adharmic person, although he stood on the side of adharma. And Krishna completely knows this. And Krishna came to bless Bhishma personally. He gave him his darshan. But you see how much Bhishma is surrendered. Whole life he served Krishna in a very unique way. Para service to Krishna is doing arati of the deities, or doing some Sravanam Kirtanam, cooking for Krishna, watering Tulsi plant, huh? Book distribution, book reading. All these are our services. But Bhishma's service is what? To stand on the side of adharma and fight against dharma. That is his service. He did that service also. Very unique service. Very, very unique service. But he did that service. So Krishna reciprocated with the service at the end. Now, even before his death also, Krishna wanted him to do another service. Bhishma, you are about to die, understand? I came to give you darshan. But this darshan is not free. You have to do one more service. और कितना सेवा करूं मैं? What seva can I do? Not a single limb of my body is functioning, not even moving. Bhishma, entire body is totally dysfunctional and immovable. He's just lying there. Only one part of his body was moving, that is his tongue. Krishna said, okay, do some service with the tongue now. What? What am I supposed to do now? You give a class. Give one lecture. That's a last service. I have given so many lectures. No, give one more lecture and then die. Okay, what lecture? What is the topic? Dana dharma, Raja dharma, Stri dharma, Varna dharma, Ashrama dharma, ultimately Bhagavata dharma. You should give a seminar on all these topics to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Now you can give, na Baba. Vyasdev is sitting here. Let me give the lecture. Sometimes when we are too tired to give a class, you tell him, I cannot give lecture. I said many times. Just because you're a little tired, you want to outsource the lecture to somebody else. But Bhishma, he's so tired. He's about to die. And there are big speakers also next to him. Sukadeva Goswami is standing there. You understand? How many of you can give Bhagavatam class in front of Sukadeva Goswami? The foremost speaker of Bhagavatam is standing there as an audience. And Vyasdev is standing there, the author of Bhagavatam. The author of Bhagavatam, the speaker of Bhagavatam, both are standing there. Krishna says, Bhishma, you give lecture. And he's not in a condition only to give lecture. I can't sit on Vyasasana also. You sleep and give. You lie down and give lecture. You see. Then Bhishma said, okay, I'll give this lecture. But Krishna, you should wait. You are very restless. You may go away here and there. Wait. Till I complete this service, last service that you have given me, you wait. He says in the 24th sloka. Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshata. Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshata. Kalevaram Yavaditam Hinomyaham. Prasanna Hasarunalochanollasan. Mukhambhujodhyana Pataschaturбhujah. So Bhishma said, "O Lord, even now also you are not leaving me. You want service from me now also? I'm about to die. I thought you came here to give me darshan so that I can see you and leave this body. But you brought some audience. You brought Pandavas, and I have to teach them how to conduct the kingdom and all that. These are not only pure bhakti teachings. They are also teachings on how to conduct this kingdom, Raja Dharma, all these other dharmas. Of course, he spoke Bhagavata Dharma also, which is the best of all dharmas. Fine, my dear Lord, I will give this lecture, but you will wait for me. Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshatam. Pratiksha means wait. Krishna, you wait for me. Till I finish this lecture, you stand here only. After finishing this lecture, I want to offer prayers to you. I want you to personally stand and hear those prayers. Of course, you can hear my prayers wherever you are. I understand that. You are all pervading. But you should stand here giving me darshan. I should look at your beautiful, divine, transcendental, smiling face and offer prayers. And looking at you, praying to you, I want to give up this body. Krishna said, okay, I'll do it. So Deva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshatan. Please do Pratiksha, oh Bhagavan. He says, Kalevaram Yavaditam Hinomyaham. Till I leave this Kalevara, till I give up this body, you please do Pratiksha. Prasanna Hasaruna Lochanollasan. Prasanna means your face is very peaceful. You have such a peaceful countenance. Hasa, smiling face. Aruna Lochanollasan. Your eyes are like the rising sun, so beautiful and enchanting. I want to see that face. Just like Haridas Thakur, he requested Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, Oh Lord, I only have one desire. What is the desire? I want to keep your lotus feet on my heart and say Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And looking at your beautiful face, I want to give up this body. Just like Bhishma wanted to see Krishna and give up his body, Haridas Thakur wanted to see Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and give up his body. Desire. A devotee can have very, very specific desires, very devotional desires, and Krishna is very sensitive and affectionate towards his devotees, and he fulfills those desires. Here, Bhishma is requesting Lord Krishna. Just as Haridas Thakur requested Lord Chaitanya, Bhishma is requesting Lord Krishna. Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshatam, O Lord, please wait for me. Kalevaram Yavadidam Hidonyaham. Till I give up this body, please wait. Prasanna Hasaruna Lochanollasan. I want to see your beautiful face and die. Mukhambujo Dhyana Pataschaturбhujah. Why Chaturbhuja here? Because Bhishma's favorite form of the Lord is the four-handed Narayana form. I want to see that form. So the Lord is so kind. Yadyadhiyata urugaya vibhavayanti tattatvapuhu pranayase sadanugrahaya. The way you meditate on Krishna, the specific form you worship, Krishna will reciprocate with you in that same specific form. Bhakti is very personal. Hanumanji loves only Lord Ramachandra. He understands Krishna is Supreme Lord and all other forms are divine, wonderful, but I am attached to the form of Lord Ramachandra. That is Hanumanji's devotion. Similarly, our Bhishma is attached to the four-handed form of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. And also he is attached to the Parthasarathi form of Krishna. Means the driver of Arjuna. Because Bhishma is in Virya Rasa. He wants to see Krishna on the battlefield, not on the not in the Vrindavan forest playing flute. He wants to see Krishna on the battlefield. The different devotees like different facets of Krishna's personality, Krishnan, different forms of Krishna. So, by Krishna, Bhishma asked Krishna, "You please wait for me till I finish this class," and he gave this lecture, long lecture. So he spoke. He also recited Vishnu Sahasrana. He did all that. And finally, he came back. Krishna, now my last service is also over. Fine, no more services, right? No more service. No more lectures. No more lectures. Only prayers. So Bhishma got into prayers. That is Bhishma Stuti. I just spoke the context of Bhishma Stuti and some glories of Bhishma so far. Now we are beginning our class. Half an hour of prelude, we are beginning our class. Okay, Bhishma Stuti. First shloka. It begins from 32nd. इतिमतिरूपकल्पिता वितृष्ण भगवति सात्वत पुङ्गवे विभूम्नि इतिमतिरूपकल्पिता वितृष्ण भगवति सात्वत पुङ्गवे विभूम्नि स्वसुखमुपगते क्वचिद्विहर्तुम् प्रकृतिमुपेयुषि यद्भव प्रवाह स्वसुखमुपगते क्वचिद्विहर्तुम् प्रकृतिमुपेयुषि यद्भव प्रवाह त्रिभुवनकमनं तमालवर्णं रविकरगौरवराम्बरं दधाने त्रिभुवनकमनं तमालवर्णं रविकरगौरवराम्बरं दधाने वपुरलककुलावृताननाब्जं विजयसखेरतिरस्तु मे नवद्या वपुरलककुलावृताननाब्जं विजयसखेरतिरस्तु मे नवद्या We just recited two shlokas. Let's begin discussing the first shloka. इतिमतिरूपकल्पिता वितृष्णा Bhagavati Satvata Pungave Vibhumi. He says, Iti Matir, this mind, Upakalpita Vitrishna. Let me invest my mind's general activities of thinking, feeling, willing, desiring, all of that in Krishna only. With Krishna. Krishna means hankering, material hankerings. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we have Krishna, we cannot get Krishna. Therefore, he says with Krishna. With Krishna means let me not have any material hankerings. Let me withdraw my mind from all other topics. Krishna made me speak so many other topics now also. Let me withdraw my mind from all other topics with Krishna and just let me invest my thinking, feeling, and willing, my entire mati be invested on Krishna alone. Iti mati rupa kalpita vitrishna. On whom? Bhagavati. That Bhagavan Krishna. Who is that Bhagavan? Satvata Pungavi. He is Satvata Pungava. The best of all Sattvatas. The Lord of all Sattvatas. The Lord of all essence-seeking devotees. Satvata Pungave. Vibhumi. He is Vibhu. Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let me think about him. Let me not think about something else. Same prayer. Kunti Mata also says, Tvai menanya vishaya matir madhupate sakrit ratim udvahata dadha gange vaugham udanvati. Matir madhupate sakrit. Just as Bhishma is saying, iti matir upakalpita vitrishna. Kunti Mata is saying, matir madhupate sakrit. Let my mati, let my mind think of Krishna only. Krishna, my mind is diverted towards so many things in this world. I'm thinking about my family members. I'm thinking about Vrishnis and Pandus. Atha Vishvesha Vishwatman Vishwamurte Svakeshume Snehapashamimam Chindi. Dridham Pandushu Vrishnishu. Let me not think about my family, blood relations, this and that. Let my mind flow towards you only. Let my mind think of you only. Let just as Ganga flows towards the ocean, similarly my mind should flow towards you. That is the prayer of Kunti Mata. Similarly, the prayer of Bhishma Dev is Itimati Rupa Kalpita Vitrishna. Vitrishna. I should not have any distractions or deviations in my consciousness. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Yajanaha Paryupasati. Ananya. Anya means something else. Ananya means nothing else. Only Krishna. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam means let me think only about Krishna. Nothing else and no one else. He's also saying like that. That exclusive remembrance of Krishna is the nature of a pure devotee. Yes, as long as we are living in this material world, we may have so many responsibilities, so many obligations, we may have to act according to them. Nothing wrong about it. But there should be some moments in our life, there should be some moments every single day where we exclusively think of Krishna. You see, exclusively we need to spend our time only in Krishna conscious activities. For example, this morning, you may have so many responsibilities in your life. Many of you are going to offices and some of your students maybe. But all of you have come here to spend this 1 hour or 1.5 hours exclusively to hear Harikatha, to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So we need to have that exclusive moments where we think only about Krishna and nothing else. And other responsibilities we can do at some other time. But later, as we progress in bhakti, those exclusive moments should expand. Not that we spend 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours in a day to exclusively think of Krishna or serve Krishna, but whole day become service to Krishna. So here Bhishma says, let me withdraw my mind from all other topics and think only about your Lord. Swasukhamupagate kvachid vihartum. The Lord is Swasukhamupagate. He is constantly absorbed in his enjoyment in the spiritual world. He is a resident of Vaikuntha, Goloka. There is only pure spiritual bliss and nothing else. Kvachid Swasukhamupagate. He's absorbed in his own spiritual ecstasy. But kvachid vihartum. Sometimes he comes for vihar, recreation. Vihartum means to go for some recreation or some vacation or to visit some place. So vihartum means he comes from the spiritual world to material world. Prakritimupe yushiyad bhava prabha. This is bhava prabha. This is the flow of material modes, this material existence. Sometimes Krishna descends into this material world. Although he is a resident of spiritual world, he comes to the material world like a vihar, like some recreation, and does some pastimes. Because he did not have Janmashtami there in the spiritual world. He does vihar to celebrate Janmashtami. He never had to get married there. He comes here to marry 16,108 queens. He doesn't have to fight there. No opportunity to fight there. He comes here to fight with some people. So some excitements which are there, not there in the spiritual world, they are there in the material world also. So even if the Lord comes to this bhava pravaha, he is unaffected by bhava. He is beyond bhava. He is only doing vihar. Vrindavan vihar, Mathura vihar, Dwarka vihar. He is just doing vihar. So this is the first shloka. So in short, the essence of the first shloka is that Bhishma Dev wanted to invest his mind only on Krishna and nothing else. Then he started meditating on the beautiful form of Krishna. Tribhuvana kamanam tamalavarnam ravikara gauravarambaram dadhani. Tribhuvana kamanam means Krishna's form is so beautiful that it is enchanting to all the residents of the three worlds. Tribhuvana Kamana means Krishna can attract the attention of everyone in all the three worlds. There is Kamadev, Cupid, very attractive. Cupid is very attractive, and also he induces attraction between male and female in this material world. That is the job of Cupid, Kamadev. But Krishna can attract that Kamadev also. Tribhuvana Kamanam. He can attract Kamadev. He can attract every single living being in all the three worlds in this material universe. Kandarpadarpahara sundara divyamurte Kanta kuchamburuha kutmalalola drishte Kalyana nirmala gunakara divya kirte Shri Venkatachalapate tava suprabhatam. Suprabhatam. There Kandarpa Darpa Hara Sundara Divyamurti. Kandarpa is Cupid. Darpa means his pride. Hara means one who steals that pride of Cupid. Oh, you are so proud? Yeah, I'm proud. Why? Because you are very beautiful. He is very beautiful. You are proud of your beauty. Look at my beauty. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. Krishna's beauty is like 10 million Cupids put together. The combined beauty of 10 million Kamadevs is insignificant in comparison to a particle of a drop of Krishna's divine spiritual beauty. Kandarpa Darpa Hara Sundara Divya Bhurti. Therefore, he is Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam. Tamala Varna. He has a bodily complexion like that of Tamal tree. Ravikara Gauravarambaram Dadhani. Ravikara Gauravaram. You see, his cloth is shining like the rising sun. Gauravaram. Gaura means golden complexion. He has a beautiful dhoti, which is bright yellow, like golden yellow. Ravikara Gauravaram Dadhani. Vapuralaka Kula Vrittananabjam. Apart from his beautiful bodily complexion like that of a tamal tree, apart from his shining yellow dhoti, which is like rising sun, he also has curly locks of hair, right, which are framing his beautiful face. And Bhishma is meditating on that face, meditating on that beautiful form of Parthasarathi, Krishna. He says, Vapuralaka kula vritananajam. Avrita ananabjam. Anana means face, abjam means lotus. You have like lotus face, which is nicely framed or encircled by curly locks of hair. Vijaya Sakhera Tirastu Bhenavadya. Vijaya Sakhe, oh Lord, you are the friend of Vijaya. Vijaya is Arjuna. Vijaya Sakha. Vijaya Sakhe Ratirastu me. Let me have that Rati, attraction, affection for that friend of Arjuna who has this beautiful form. First, in the first shloka, Bhishma Dev wanted to withdraw his mind from all other topics and focus only on Krishna. And he said that Krishna is so merciful that he descends from the spiritual world to the material world. Now, in the second shloka, he describes the beautiful form of the Lord with tamal tree like complexion, with curly locks of hair, with, uh, with a cloth like rising sun, and other features of the Lord's form. So, this is the second shloka. Let's go to the third shloka. Yudhitu ragarajo vidhumra vishwa. Recite. युधितु रगरजो विधुम्र विश्व कचलुलिता श्रमवार्यलङ्कृतास्ये युधितु रगरजो विधुम्र विश्व कचलुलिता श्रमवार्यलङ्कृतास्ये मम निशितशरैर्विभिद्यमान मम निशितशरैर् मम निशितशरैर्विभिद्यमान त्वचिविलसत्कवचेस्तु कृष्ण आत्मा. Now he says, Yudhitu ragarajo vidhumra vishwa. He says that Yudhitu raga means on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Turaga means horses are there. So Krishna was driving these horses. Krishna was the driver of Arjuna's chariot. He was driving the horses. When the horses are running, all the dust raised from the hoofs of the horses will go on Krishna's face. Krishna's face is smeared with the dust. Krishna's curly locks of hair also become dusty because of the dust raised by the hoofs of the horses. In Vrindavan, Krishna plays his flute and walks along with the cows. And the curly locks of hair and Krishna's overall body is smeared with the dust raised by the hoofs of cows. But here, horses. The gopis of Vrindavan love that form of Krishna, cowherd boy form of Krishna, where his body is smeared with the dust of cows. But here Bhishma is Virya Rasa, right? Not Madhurya Rasa. So he likes another form of the Lord. He becomes excited to see Krishna, whose curly locks of hair and face are smeared with the dust of horses. Yudhitu ragarajo vidhumra vishwa kachalulita shramavaryalankritasi. Kachalulita shramavary. Because he's doing a lot of shrama, because he's doing a lot of hard work, labor of driving the chariot, diverting the horses here and there, being very, very meticulous in his assistance to Arjuna. He's perspiring, right? Shramavari. is perspiring. So Krishna's face is smeared with the dust of horses, and also it's mixed with his own perspiration, right? Shramavari. And this is Alankritasya. This is the Alankar. This is the decoration. Nobody will consider dust and perspiration as decoration. You have to decorate your face, remove your perspiration. Go and wash your face. So much of sweat on your face. Wash. Remove the dust. I'll put powder. But for Krishna, that perspiration is a decoration. The drops of beads on Krishna's face are their decoration. And the dust is also decoration. Because it is not the external dust or sweat there. Why Krishna's face become dusty? Why Krishna's face is perspiring? Because of his affection for his devotee. He is driving the chariot of Arjuna, and and that driving the chariot is a display of his bhakta vatsalyata. You know that South Indian Brahmana at Srirangam, he was trying to read Bhagavad Gita and he had tears in his eyes. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, "Oh Brahmana, why are you crying?" He immediately said, "As soon as I open Bhagavad Gita, I only see Krishna. I just see Krishna and remember Krishna driving the chariot of Arjuna and reflecting on his amazing quality of Bhakta Vatsalyata, his affection towards his devotees. Tears automatically flow from my eyes. Drops of perspiration are flowing from Krishna's face, seeing that drops of tears are flowing from devotees' eyes. Water drops everywhere. These are tear drops, they are sweat drops. Because this is not just sweat. This is a manifestation of Krishna's affection for devotees. And the tears of the devotees, they are not just tears. They are manifestation of devotees' appreciation for Krishna, devotees' affection for Krishna, devotees' love for Krishna. Out of love, the Lord will perspire. Out of love, the devotee will cry. In both ways, there is an expression of emotion, expression of appreciation. So Bhishma is a devotee in Virya Rasa. So he's actually relishing this form. Yudhitu ragarajo vidhumra vishwa kachalulita shramavaryalankritasye. He did not stop there. So far he was relishing perspiration only. Now he will relish blood. Blood drops. Right? Mama nishita sharai vibhidyamana. Mama nishita sharai. Mama means my. Nishita means very sharp. Shara means arrows. Krishna, you are not only perspiring, you are not only dusty, you are also wounded by my arrows. So I am taking sharp arrows, not only trying to throw these arrows on Arjuna, but on you also. Sometimes Bhishma diverts his arrows towards Krishna also. Let me kill the driver also. not, not, not Krishna. I'm telling a warrior on the battlefield, they will not only target the warrior, they will target the driver also. Let me kill the driver also. That is their mood. But here, Bhishma Dev says that let me divert some arrows towards Krishna also. Let those arrows pierce the body of Krishna. By the way, Krishna was also wearing an armor. Krishna is also wearing an armor. Just like Arjuna wears armor, Krishna also wears an armor. That's the general way of protecting oneself in the battlefield. But Bhishma's arrows are so sharp that they are piercing the armor of Krishna. Mama nishita sharair vibhidyamana vibhidya. They are piercing the armor of Krishna also. Tvachi vilatsat kavachestu Krishna atma kavacha. Kavacha means armor. My arrows are even piercing your armor and bringing out few drops of blood. Seeing that I'm in ecstasy. Then really us. We cannot worship the Lord like this. We can throw flowers on Krishna, Pushabhishek, January 10, Pushpabhishek. But Arjuna had a different style. Bhishma had a different style of worshipping. Devotees, uh, they relish worshipping Krishna in different ways. For example, the gopis. फुल्लेन्दीवर कान्तिबिन्दुवदनं बर्हावतं सप्रियम् श्रीवत्साङ्कमुदारकौस्तुभधरं पीताम्बरं सुन्दरम् गोपीनां नयनोत्पलार्चिततनुं गोपसङ्घामृतम् गोविन्दं कलवेणुवादनपरं दिव्याङ्गभूषं भजे. In this shloka, it's mentioned that Gopinam Nayanotpalarchitatanum. The gopis of Vrindavan. They constantly worship Krishna with what? Nayana Utpala Archita Tanum. Krishna's Tanum. Tanum means body. Is Archita, worshipped by Utpala flowers of Gopinam Nayana, the glances of the gopis. The loving and affectionate, appreciative glances of the gopis are compared to flowers that bathe Krishna, that worship Krishna. But Bhishma had different glances. Bhishma's glances are not like flowers. Bhishma's arrows are piercing Krishna's body. So Bhishma is ecstatic in doing that also. Because in Viryasa. So bhakti is not very stereotyped. Don't think that everybody has to fit into one box only to worship Krishna. Gopis worship Krishna in a different way. Bhishma Dev serves Krishna in a different way. Arjuna had a different relationship with Krishna. Once Arjuna became a little upset. He was sharing with Narada Muni. Narada Muni, when Krishna played the role of my chariot driver, I was feeling so bad. You know that? Why? You are so glorious. Krishna chose to drive your chariot. He is not only the driver of your chariot, he is driver of your life also. He gave you enlightenment on that very chariot by speaking Bhagavad Gita. Why are you feeling uncomfortable, Arjuna? Arjuna speaks to Narada Muni that, Narada Muni, when Krishna was driving my chariot, these people, warriors, like Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, all these people, they're piercing Krishna's body with their arrows. Even Bhishma is piercing Krishna with arrows. Seeing that, I feel very uncomfortable. I feel very pained at heart. They have speculation. Bhishma and all these people are speculators. They're gnanis. Why are you saying such a big word? Answer is, gnanis, they only have an understanding of Krishna's tattva. What is Krishna's tattva? He's absolute truth. He's beyond all creation, maintenance, and destruction. He's beyond all physical pains. When an arrow goes on Krishna, it doesn't affect him. It doesn't kill him. His body is transcendental. His body is Sachidananda Vigraha. So if that Sachidananda Vigraha is pierced by an arrow, nothing happens to him. So with that understanding of this absolute truth, with that jnana, Bhishma is throwing these arrows on Krishna and piercing his body, seeing that my heart is being torn into pieces. Arjuna is saying like this to Narada Muni. Arjuna had a different sentiment. Although he is also a warrior, somehow he is seeing Krishna as his dear friend, his cousin, his well-wisher. He is also appreciating Krishna's tender body. Oh, Krishna's body should not be pierced by these arrows. Arjuna is a warrior, but he does not want to divert his virya rasa towards Krishna. But Bhishma is different. He's a warrior. He wants to fight with Krishna only. The different devotees have different emotions, different perspectives. Arjuna is not comfortable seeing Bhishma throwing arrows. He's not appreciating like us. Because we are neutral party. We neither have Arjuna's mood nor Bhishma's mood. We are struggling to keep ourselves awake while chanting. What emotions, what bhava, what raga, what prema do we have? Some of you may have, I don't have. So, from an unbiased perspective, we are able to understand Arjuna's emotions also, his perspective also, and Bhishma's emotions, Bhishma's perspective also. But Bhishma, he feels ecstatic seeing the wounds and blood and perspiration and dust on Krishna's face, and Arjuna feels devastated seeing this. He is disgusted and devastated. My God, Krishna, why are you experiencing all these pains because of me? I'll appoint another driver. You don't have to drive my chariot. It's okay. Even if I lose my battle, also no problem. Even if I die in the battle, also no problem. But I should not see a single wound on your body, Krishna. That is Arjuna's mood. You see? But Bhishma had a different mood. I will see Krishna wounded while he is driving the chariot of Partha. I like Parthasarthi form of Krishna. In fact, even if I die and even if I leave this world, I will go to Parthasarthi planet of Krishna only. Not Goloka, Vaikuntha and other Vaikunthas. I want to go to Parthasarthi planet only. Can you just imagine this irony? In fact, Bhishma's darshan of Krishna is incomplete without Arjuna. But Arjuna is uncomfortable being in the darshan. Bhishma, because he sees Arjuna, Krishna as a warrior, he is a Virya Rasa. He wants to see Krishna as a warrior. Krishna appeared as a warrior in this battle attire only during the Kurukshetra battle while driving Arjuna's chariot. Unfortunately, Bhishma did not get an opportunity to directly fight with Krishna. Jambavan got an opportunity. Hiranyakashipu got that opportunity. Hiranyaksha got that opportunity. Jarasandha, many other people got that opportunity. But Bhishma, although such great Viryasa he had, he could not fight in any battle with Krishna. He only saw Krishna on the battlefield as a driver, not as a warrior. Okay, fine. I got some chance. Let me divert some arrows on this driver. Although he's not acting like an warrior. That is Bhishma's rasa. You see, bhakti is very personal. While doing sadhana bhakti, you don't bring in your imaginative, speculative, or imaginative ecstasies and imaginary relations. Let's stick to the sadhana practices given by our acharyas only. Don't become prematurely transcendental. I have this rasa with Krishna. From tomorrow I will shower arrows and Radha Madhav, not flowers. You shower flowers only, not arrows, because they are sadhaka bhakta. But they are not sadhakas. They have been they are evolved in their devotion to Krishna. They have a very unique relationship with Krishna. So that must be acknowledged. We should appreciate their devotion, but we cannot imitate their devotion. Appreciate Bhishma's way of serving Krishna by creating wounds on his body, by piercing his kavacha. Tvachi vilasat kavachestu Krishna Atma. He's piercing the skin, Tvachi. He's piercing the armor, kavacha. And he's ecstatic. He's in ecstatic and he's praying this. These are the final prayers before departing from his world. See how much these moments are ingrained in his consciousness. Can you just imagine? Krishna with blood. My God, we can't see. But he wants to see that only. He wants to meditate on that form only. Of all the things available, he's meditating on that. How many times in his prayers Bhishma is saying that you are Parthasarthi, you are Vijaya Sakha, you are Arjuna's chariot, you are warrior, you are driver. He's half of his meditation is on the battlefield only. He's not coming out of battlefield. That is his mood. Okay, 35. Sapadi sakhi vacho nishamyam madhe. Sapadi sakhi vacho nishamyam madhe. Nij parayor balayor ratham niveshya. Sapadi sakhi vacho nishamyam madhe. Nij parayor balayor ratham niveshya. Sthitavati parasainikayurakshna कृतवती पार्थ सखेरतेर्ममस्तु स्थितवती परसैनिकायुरक्ष्ण कृतवती पार्थ सखेरतेर्ममस्तु. He says, Sapati sakhi vacho nishamya madhe. Yeah, his Sakha, our Arjuna, he said, my dear Krishna, can you please take this chariot between the two armies? Senayor madhye ratham sthapayamechyuta. Please take this chariot between the two armies so that I can examine, I can see who all have assembled on this battlefield on both sides. That was the request of Arjuna in the beginning of the Kurukshetra battle. Sapati sakhivacho nishamya madhye nija parayor balayo ratham niveshya. Nija parayor, nija means one's own. Parayo means the opposite party. His own means Pandava's army, then Duryodhana's army. Nija parayor balayo ratham niveshya. Balayo means he wanted to assess the strength of both the armies. Therefore, Arjuna requested Krishna, please take my chariot between the two armies. Nishamyamad ratham niveshya, please take the ratha there. Then, sthitavati parasainikayurakshna. Oh Lord, you glanced on these warriors, Sainikas. With your glances, you have taken away their lifespans. Their ayu is taken away. Krishna is a big thief. Just by his glance, he can steal our miseries, he can steal our difficulties, he can steal our attachments, he can steal some people's lives also. He's a big thief. व्रजे प्रसिद्धं नवनीतचोरं गोपाङ्गनानां चतुकूलचोरम् अनेकजन्मार्जितपापचौरं चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमः. व्रजे प्रसिद्धं नवनीतचौरं. He is very popular, very famous as butter thief in Vrindavan. Navanita Chauram. He can steal butter in Vrindavan. Gopanganana Chatukula Chauram. He can also steal the clothes of these young little gopis who are doing Katyayani Vrata to fulfill their own desires. Aneka Janmarjita Papa Chauram. He can steal all the sinful reactions that we have accumulated since hundreds and thousands of lifetimes also. He is the most famous thief. Chauragraganyam. Agraganya means the best, the topmost, the foremost. Chauragraganyam. Sri Radhikaya Hridayasya Chauram Navambudashyamala Kanti Chauram Padashritanam cha samasta chauram. Padashritanam cha samasta chauram. If you take shelter of Krishna, he will steal everything from you. Are you ready for it? He will steal everything from you. When in the first sloka he said, Aneka janmarjita papa choram, he will take away all your sinful reactions, are very comfortable. But the second shloka it is said that uh, he will steal everything from you. He can steal sinful reactions, not everything. I need some things for myself. Padashritanam tu samasta chauram. Chauragraganyam purusham namam. Here on the battlefield, he's stealing the lifespan of the warriors. He's stealing their lives. But please understand, when Krishna is reducing the lifespan of someone, or actually he's killing somebody, he's causing the death of somebody, either personally killing them or killing them through his devotee like Arjuna. Basically, Krishna is stealing their miserable conditioned state. He is he is reducing their tenure in this material world. He is sending them to the spiritual realm. You want a proof? Hurry, hurry. Someone else also wants to give class. So I'm trying to keep myself louder than him, but he's defeating me. It's 1 hour. But good. Good. No problem. So in the third canto Bhagavatam, Uddhava says, he says, Parthastra Putam Padamapurasya. तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीराय आहवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम् नेत्रैः पिबन्त्यो नयनाभिरामम् पार्थास्त्रपूतम् पदमापुरस्य तथैव चान्ये naraloka. In this battlefield of Kurukshetra, so many great warriors have been assembled. Ya ahave Krishnamukharavindam. Although they are taking the side of uh, adharma, still they had this great fortune of seeing the beautiful form of Krishna. Mukharavindam of Krishna, lotus-like face of Krishna. Netraih pibanto nayanabhiramam. Netraih pibanto means they're drinking with their eyes. You drink with your mouth, but they drink with their eyes. Netraihi pibanto nayana abhiramam. Nayana abhirama means that which is very enchanting to the eyes. Therefore, the Lord is also described as Abhirama many times. Abhirama gunakara dasharadhe jagateka dhanurdhara dhiramate raghunayaka rama ramesha vibho varato bhavate vadaya jaladhe netraihi pibanto nayanabhirama parthastra padama purasya. So these warriors on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, they got the opportunity to drink the nectarian beauty of Krishna's face while being purified by the arrows of Arjuna. Partha Astraputam, double purification. They are dying because of the arrows of Arjuna. That itself is very purifying. And they are dying while seeing the beautiful form of Krishna. That second purification. When they are purified both by devotees' arrows and Krishna's glances, where will they go? They will go to the spiritual world. Padamapurasya. Although it is said that Sthitavati Parasayini Kayur, although he is kind of diminishing the Ayu, lifespan of all the Sainikas, all the soldiers in this world, basically sending them to the spiritual realm, his own personal abode. So even if Krishna kills somebody or causes the death of somebody, Krishna is merciful. Right? Hritavati, he is stealing. Partha Sakhe Ratirmamastu, let me have that Rati, affection towards that Partha. Towards the Partha Sakha, friend of Partha, that is Krishna. So these are some prayers of Bhishma Dev. We discussed 4 prayers, right? Enough. We are not in a hurry to cover the syllabus in Bhakti Vaibhav, like in Bhakti Vaibhav class. So I am not keeping a target to complete Bhishma Stuti in 1 or 2 days. I'll conclude. It's 8:59. We have 35 seconds. Any questions, comments? I saw him first. You are second.
I was saying to the here, we have heard and read the prayers many times. And all the listening like here. So we come here to hear and listen. As soon as we step out, we follow.
Stay here only. I understand it's not possible.
So I was thinking, I know that is not a reflection of one Is it perceived reflex? So what is not immediately getting to be this reflection reflex? Why we are not able to remember some way for one the money, but the single most important area that is not enabling us to experience it reflects our phones.
We don't keep our phones charging all the time. There may be some rare souls who move on with power bank, but we keep charging like once in a day or once in 2 days like that. So with that charging, the phone should operate for the rest of the day, right? Similarly, in this world, we may not have an opportunity to constantly hear Krishna Katha and be in the association of devotees and always be at one place in a holy, spiritually surcharged ambience. Um, Even if that opportunity is there, devotees are compassionate, they want to enlighten common people and they will go out. So for that, when we charge our spiritual batteries by hearing Harikatha like this for whatever, 1.5 hours, 1 hour in a day. So rest of the day, the charging, the spiritual charging that we have acquired by hearing Harikatha, chanting the holy names, should make us survive throughout the day. Next day morning again, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So we take doses of spiritual inspiration, and based on those doses, we survive at other times. But if one has great taste for Krishna Katha, Krishna will facilitate. So 24/7 you can hear Harikatha. So till that is facilitated, let's do our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Let's charge ourselves with the spiritual sound vibration for some time in a day, and let's survive based on the charging for the rest of the day. And whenever you get an opportunity, you can always pick up your Bhagavatam and read. Now, entire Bhagavatam is there within your phone only, pocket with us. Entire Bhagavatam is there. You can just pick up and open any shloka, read. There are some apps with all the Vaishnava bhajans, right? You can just go through that apps and read the bhajans. Whenever you get some 5 minutes time, you are traveling in the car, half an hour, not half an hour, right? 1.5 hours drive, right? In in Bangalore, you have a long drive. You can always open book and read and hear some katha in your earphones or hear some bhajans. Try to stay in touch with spiritual sound vibration as much as possible. Some compulsory moments and some sporadic ad hoc moments throughout the day, and some festivals and weekends come like more absorption. That's how we survive in this world. Does it make sense? Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Not a question, just a comment.
Uh,
Thank you very much for such a wonderful class. So let's get our love and attraction for Krishna and the belief in our love and faith for our
Hari Hari. Because your love and attraction for Krishna increased and your affection for Bhagavatam increased, please bless me with a drop of that also. I also need that love and attraction for Krishna with your blessings. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu.
This BHISHMA is also हमारे what is the best
Where did you get that question in the first place? Krishna keeps everybody in a situation that they deserve. Okay, that's the answer. I did not read it, so I can't say it. I did not hear about it, so I can't comment on it. But I'm 100% sure Krishna will keep everyone in the best possible situation that they are supposed to be. Okay. Hare Krishna. Mataji Hare Krishna. During japa. Same problem. Because engaging our senses in Krishna's service is easiest. Engaging intelligence in Krishna's service by hearing is also relatively easier. But engaging mind in Krishna's name is most difficult. Like you can make malas for 8 hours in a day and meticulous quality also we can bring out. 8 hours of service, 10 hours of continuous service, or 5 hours of continuous cooking or cleaning or other coordination services we can do. We find ourselves more absorbed in those physical services. But when it comes to reading Shastra, reading Bhagavatam, the absorption becomes little less. It may be little exhausting. There's so much of philosophy. How many times you are reading one full page, not registering a single line that you have read? Reading is going on. Sometimes while hearing also, mind may go here and there. Some WhatsApp messages will distract us. We may doze off, we get sleep. While cooking, you may not sleep. While hearing Harikatha, we can sleep. Right? But still, relatively, compared to japa, hearing and reading are more engaging. Right? Because we are engaging intelligence there. But when it comes to mind, which is extremely restless, uh, it's more tough. Comparatively speaking, chanting Hare Krishna seems to be the easiest. You're not doing anything, sitting at one place, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Mantra is also not complicated. Very simple mantra. Sitting, not physically, you're not exhausted intellectually also. You're not analyzing anything. It is supposed to be easiest. But for a struggling sadhaka, it is the toughest. Because mind is restless. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramati balavadridham tasyaham nigraham manye vayo riva sudushkaram. Controlling wind is easier for Arjuna than mind. W-I-N-D, I can easily control. Flip the W and becomes M, very difficult. It was difficult for Arjuna, what about us? So that's why Smaranatmika Bhakti is the highest. That's why Krishna said, Mayyeva mana adhatsva, which is toughest. Then Mayi Buddhim Niveshaya. If you can't do that, Mayi Buddhim Niveshaya. Engage your intelligence in me. Then next is engaging your senses in Krishna service. But by Srila Prabhupada's grace, we got engagement for all three. We chant for a couple of hours, engaging our mind, trying to concentrate our mind in Krishna's holy name. Then we also hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, some Krishna Katha, some classes. We engage our intelligence in understanding Krishna Tattva. Then whole day we render services, we are engaging our senses also. All three are there. So eventually our focus in holy name also should increase, will increase when we are more prayerful. Does it make sense? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, ma'am.
So how to overcome that? Like, constantly motivated, but like, so you got the service and maybe you want to, you want to do it at your best. But I feel that consciousness has to be there, and we are not the even if you are conscious and you have to be conscious, it's still like not visible. So, what to do?
Correct. We may be making a garland for Krishna, but not thinking of Krishna. We think of something else. Even while saying Krishna's name, we are not thinking about Krishna. Even while hearing about Krishna, we don't think about Krishna. Just because while serving, we'll think about Krishna. It's not possible. But Krishna said that Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamanusmara Yudhya Cha. He says, you perform Yudha while thinking of me. You see, there are multiple ways in which this question or this topic can be addressed. One way is that our inability to think of Krishna while serving him should tell us about the distracted nature of mind. Yes, mind is very distracted, very difficult to concentrate mind on Krishna. That we need to understand the difficulty of focusing mind on Krishna. But from another perspective, in the name of thinking of Krishna, we can't compromise on the service to Krishna. While serving Krishna, we have to focus on that service. Like Daruka, he's fanning Krishna, but his mind is thinking of Krishna so much, he's getting overwhelmed with emotions for Krishna. Tears are coming from his eyes, he's unable to fan properly. Then he condemned those tears. Forget this ecstasy, forget these thoughts, let me focus on Seva. For them, they have to forcefully stop their thoughts about Krishna to focus on Seva. For us, those thoughts naturally don't come. But point is, but the essence is that we need to do justice to that service. While thinking of Krishna, if you think of Krishna, you may do injustice to that service. That becomes disservice. While cooking for Krishna, you observe thoughts of Krishna and then you burn milk, you burn the chapati. Uh, instead of golden brown chapati, you get blackish brown chapati. Why? Why? What happened? What happened? Why chapati is like this? I'm thinking of Krishna. I'm Krishna conscious. I'm absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. Then it is a disservice. But there are some devotees who can be thoroughly absorbed in service to Krishna and do full justice to the service they are doing. The gopis of Vrindavan. यादोहने वहनने मथनोपलेप प्रियङ्काङ्खनार्भरुदितो क्षणमार्जनादौ गायन्ति चैनमनुरक्तधियोऽश्रुकण्ठ्यो धन्याव्रजस्त्रिय उरुक्रमचित्तयानः यादोहने, whether they are milking cows or cleaning their grains or churning buttermilk for Krishna or doing any other household activity, all these gopis are constantly absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna. Gayanti chaina manurakta dheyo ashru kanthyo. They are shedding tears and they are singing the glories of the Lord. Their voice is faltering. They are immersed in the thoughts of the Lord. They are not compromising on their services also. Yashoda Mata, she is churning butter for Krishna, not compromising on the quality of butter at all. In fact, she took up that service to Krishna personally because her servant maids are not doing that service properly. Therefore, she's churning butter for Krishna. Now, while doing so, she's singing about the glories of the Lord. Shaumam vasaha pruthukatitate bibhrati sutranadham putra sneha snuta kuchayugam jatakampam cha subhru. Jatakampam cha subhru. While she is singing the pastimes of Krishna, while churning butter for him, her eyes are moving expressively. Her eyes are dancing in ecstasy. Her eyebrows are moving expressively. So she is not compromising on her service at all. Meticulously, she is making butter for Krishna while thinking of Krishna, singing about Krishna. Her body, mind, and words are completely absorbed in Krishna's service. No compromise in seva. And you see, when Krishna comes, he wakes up in Damodar Leela, he goes and starts drinking milk of Mother Krishna. Definitely, Mother Yashoda is completely absorbed in her service to Krishna while feeding her milk to Krishna. However, when that Padmagandha milk is overflowing in the kitchen in the next room, that sound, how much sound does milk make when it's overflowing? Very feeble sound. Not like this child who is making sound. Right? Very feeble sound. You can't even hear. And that too, when you're absorbed in doing something, you can't hear at all. Right? So Yashodamata is absorbed in her service to Krishna, feeding her milk, but still she could manage to hear that sound. She's very attentive there also. That does not mean her thoughts are not with Krishna. She's being 100% here also, 100% there also. Now is the time uh, to keep Krishna aside and run towards protecting that Padmagandha milk. So in short, answer to your question is, it's difficult to think about Krishna while serving Krishna for a struggling sadhaka. But when somebody is very advanced in bhakti, they can thoroughly be absorbed in Krishna without compromising on the quality of service. And there are some devotees who condemn that ecstasy to focus on service. Right? We see all three. Thank you very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.